Hey guys, how's it going? So I went to an estate sale clean out, when was that? 2 nights ago? And I found a bunch of stuff, as you all can see here, that just absolutely piqued my interest. We'll go over it one by one and I'll show you guys exactly what it is, what they had it priced for, what I paid for it, and what I think that I can make off of it. And this is just a very quick overlook. But we'll start down here. I don't know why I laid this here, but it's the Sims Golf PC game. I don't think it's worth much, maybe $5. This is an old Japanese print. I cannot pronounce this person's name. Maybe some of you all can. I thought it was original from the early 1900s, but it's not. This auction company, they had it priced at $40. This is worth about 60, I think, between 50 and 60. Now I like this old book because it is the summer of 1959. It's just an old book about amateur radios. It's in really bad condition, just to be honest with you. But look at some of the advertisement. I think this is just so cool. But I think that's what it is. It's just, it says Radio Amateur Call Book Magazine. I don't really know much about it, but anyways, they were asking $5 for it, and I got it for $1. Next thing was this iPod Nano first generation. What originally caught my eye was this, because it says iPod Nano 8GB blue. Obviously that's not blue. And then when I flipped it over, you all probably can't see that, but it's only a 4GB and it's not the 8. They were asking $30. I got it for $5. It's selling for about $60 to $75 on eBay. And then we all know the Swiss Army knives. It's in extremely good condition. They were asking $20 for it. Again, I got it for $5. This transformer is from 1986 or 1987. He's in really good condition. They were asking $15. I got him for, I think, $1. Because they had already had their estate sale. It was a 3-day estate sale, and they were just trying to liquidate and get rid of stuff. Both of these Garfields are from 1981. Really good condition. They do have some wear, along the eyes. Even he does too. They were asking $5 a piece, and I got them both, I think, for a couple bucks. This just looks like an ordinary pitcher, right? They were asking $2 for it. Now, what some people don't know about pitchers is, first and foremost, I think this is just a reprint. I can't really tell, but there is indeed a signature right there. Most modern pitchers, they have nails. They're nailed to the back of it. Versus this one here has staples. Before nails came about, all the old pitchers had staples. So even if the print is not very good, which I don't think it is, staples. I always look for staples in the back of a frame. So that tells me this is a vintage frame. And I should be able to get $15-20 for it. They had cassette tapes for 50 cents. I haven't even looked through any of this to see if it's there or not. But I did see Bruce Willis, Tom Jones, another Tom Jones, the Beach Boys. So I got all of these. And again, I'll go over at the very end what I paid for everything. These here are like a childhood memory. Some of you guys know exactly what these are. And so for some of you younger people, before CD-ROMs became a thing, we have floppy disk. And that's exactly what this is. And actually, that's WordPerfect, which I did use. Try to put this back in. Hang on just a second. Okay, so they had 2 boxes of these for $2 each, which I think is just completely ridiculous. CDs were $1 each. There's a whole entire row of CDs, and they are all complete. They're in the my mind went blank. The sleeves. Some are sealed, some are not. I noticed there's a bunch of them that have like this. Excuse me. Like all the way down through here. They all seem like from the same company. And again, CDs were $1, cassettes were $50. This was on a table. Actually, everything on here except the print, the iPod, and the Swiss knife. Those 3 items were separate. Everything else on this table was sitting on a table at their shop. I mean, at that house. And I want everything on the table. And she told me to just start making a pile of stuff I wanted, and she would, give me a price. But this is an old JVC video movie, and the model number is GR-C1U. They were asking $45 for it. I mean, that was just that's outrageous. Goodwill, you could pick these up for $5 if they have them. But it looks complete. You got your lens, your battery, your camera, some cords. Not really sure what that is, but they wanted $45 for that. Now, excuse my mess, but I want to take you guys into the other part where I have some of the other stuff that I found as well. Now, all of this stuff was on a separate table. At first, it looked like just a bunch of random cords like this. But I did see, this is what caught my eye, was the Discman. Was the Sony Discman. Those can bring some good money. But mainly, make sure I'm not stepping on anything. All of this in this box is just that, it's cords. I'll keep it, I'll go through it. Probably $10 in cords, maybe, if I'm lucky. It's just a random remote. Remotes do very well, by the way. Moving along. This box, again, you have some remotes. I kind of looked through it, but not too terribly much already. That's a Hitachi remote, so that could probably bring some good money. And then we all remember the old Sirius XM radios. Wow. Now this stuff is built into cars. So before it was built in, like your XM satellite radio, you had to mount this to your car to listen to it. And have a big antenna. This, I thought, was going to be worth a lot of money. It's a Zenith battery charger. It's worth about $20. This is a docking station for your iPod, I believe. It's also worth about $20. Some of the stuff I did look up already. Your modems and routers, I normally don't mess with unless they're brand new in the box. This is a GE General Electric voice recorder. It's in kind of rough condition, as y'all can see along the edges. They were asking $2 for it. Oh, actually, it was in this box. I take that back. And it's worth about $15. Nothing too high end. Again, another little router. Some more chargers and batteries. Things along those lines. That's it for that box. Alright. This is a digital photo converter. I'm not even going to pronounce that name because I would probably butcher it and you guys would definitely laugh at me for saying it. It's worth 10 to 15 bucks. I showed you guys the Discman already. This was just a small box of random cords. And if I can't sell these cords, I'll strip them and sell the copper. I have a big barrel outside I have all my copper in. Check out this remote. I've never in my life seen a remote, whoops, upside down, like this. Is that not weird? Well, to me it is. I mean, it even has buttons on the bottom. And there's no brand on it. I mean, I have no idea. It looks like something out of like Star Trek or something, Star Wars. I don't know. Again, another remote. I'm going to look these up. Only thing you have to do is type in the make and the model on eBay, and it will tell you exactly what they're selling for. Make sure you guys always check the sold listings. Don't go about what people are asking for. And I think the rest of this box is just general cords and things along those lines. Like I said, some of the stuff I haven't even looked at, so I don't know. And this box over here is just cords as well. An old beat up headset. Yeah, that's what's in that one as well. Now on the floor, it's a little more interesting stuff. We have a 25 pack of black slim cases, never been opened. And guys, anytime you see like Verizon or Comcast, you can't really sell those because they're tied into a contract. Now obviously some of this stuff I will look up, like this little router. Looks like some more blank disc. Now this I'll look into because it has 3 antennas on it. It just looks high end. It's a Netgear Nighthawk. Actually, I think that's worth quite a bit of money, actually. That's his Weather Direct, which goes to this. It's a little weather thing that shows you the weather outside. Another Verizon. Some wheels to a chair. Speakers. Some more speakers here. Some more blank disc. So, I mean, that total alone will bring... Well, I know that Nighthawk, it's worth like 20, 25 bucks. The speakers, if they work, that's another 5 or 10 bucks. So it'll bring good money. Now, some of the most interesting things that I found that I kind of set off to the side, I'll just start right here. This is it's polyester concert recording tape. And to show you what it is, it's vintage. But that's what it is. And they've never been used. I'll say that. I have a whole entire box of these, probably 30 of them. And they're selling for like $10, $15 a piece. So that's an easy 300 bucks. This was an old disk drive or CD-ROM drive from a computer. And that's worth like 10 bucks. I knew what this was. All of this stuff here was on the table with all of this stuff. And I immediately knew what this was. Like back in the early 2000s, Dub had their own audio stuff. They even made wheels for vehicles. I personally had a truck. I had 20s on it, which was unheard of back in the early 2000s. But anyways, this is a car amp. It is a 550 watt 2-channel amp made by Dub. Yeah, Dub Magazine Audio. Even though it is a little scratched up, once I wipe it down, it'll look really good, except for these little scratches right here. Sold listings on eBay for this is like 200 bucks. Like, it completely blew my mind. I thought I was going to get a lot more than this. A lot more for this than I thought it was. It's a CyberPower 650 VA outlet source. It's really, really, really good condition. Just dusty. I thought I was going to get like 100 bucks for it because I sold one similar, different brand, and I got $89 for it. This one's only worth about 30, I think. This is a flash for a camera that was also in those boxes. I should get about 20 bucks for that. It's in really good condition. I'm pretty confident that still works. And then a Sony double layer dual RW drive. I don't know what it is. They were asking $5 for it. It's a Sony DVD CD rewritable drive. So I bet that those discs down there they were using to make copies of CDs and DVDs. I thought this was going to be worth a lot of money. It's Sony DRX-820U. They were asking $5 for it. It's worth about $25. So not as much as I thought it was, but still 25 bucks. So for the final two things that have absolutely blown my mind, again, excuse the mess. This is just, everything is just everywhere right now. We'll get back to that. This is a Kenwood stereo cassette deck. It's in really good condition. A little tape residue right here, but everything works fine. It's a beautiful piece. They were asking $5 a piece for both of these. This unit here is selling for about 200 bucks. And for the big Mac Daddy score, was this one here. It is a stereophonic receiver. It's made by Setton, Setton. It's model number RS660. Two minor issues with this. If you all can see right here, this laminate top is bubbling a little bit. And it's also missing two buttons right here. I took this button off and put it on each one. It works fine. It powers on. It works great. Again, I paid $5 for this one and this one each. $5 each. I should get $500 for this. No joke, hands down. Very confident. At the very least, I would get it's $350 for that. So I'll take you guys back around here. Oops. There was also a bunch of books, magazines, some Garfield books. Yeah, there's some more of those reels I was telling you about. Get this one out of the way. And also there was a bunch of records. And actually, guys, right there is another Garfield. So that's 3 Garfields they were wanting 5 apiece for. So all this stuff together, I kind of wrote it down. And which I didn't do the math. I ended up getting all of this stuff with tax for $111. So $111 exactly. I'm very confident I will net, after fees, after shipping, after the buy cost, at least $750 for everything. Profit. At least. I would really like to keep this Swiss Army knife. I think I saw a similar one sold listing on eBay for $75, but I can't seem to find one that has the dip and then the hump and then dip, like the little hump in the middle, because it's not straight across, as you all can tell. So all in all, it's a good thing. It was a very good buy, in my opinion. So, and this, I just could not believe this. Like, I knew these would sell. Sold listings, guys. Look at your sold. Don't look at asking price. I could ask $999 million for this, but that does not mean that's what it's worth. Check the sold listings. Yeah, this was my first estate sale buy. They had a bunch of other stuff, but it was just trash. I mean, it was stuff that you just could not resell. Like large fish tanks that had, you know, what looked like rust on it, on the actual glass. I don't know how it could. Odds and ends that just didn't really have any value. So I think I done all right. Got all this stuff plus all those electronics in the other room for $111. After it's all said and done, I should make about $750. And if you guys see anything you like or are interested in, by all means, comment below or shoot me a message, and we will definitely work out a deal. I'll make you a very reasonable offer. Thank you all so much for watching, and hope you guys enjoy your weekend.